In this video, we will be talking about whether the Grand Priest could surprise us all and reveal that he is actually a good guy after all. Now, on the one hand, many things point to the Grand Priest as being a potential villain. We know that after a big tournament arc like the Tournament of Power, it makes sense for Dragon Ball Super to switch to an arc that is focused on a single villain. And because the Grand Priest is the most powerful being other than Zeno, and since there is heavy foreshadowing that the Grand Priest is actually manipulating Zeno, it would make sense for him to be the next villain. In fact, a lot of people have speculated about the Grand Priest's true intentions, and in one of my previous videos about who will be the final villain in Dragon Ball Super, I even said myself that there is a strong possibility that the Grand Priest will turn out to be a villain. However, as I've been watching the Tournament of Power unfold, one thought kept popping into my mind over and over again. I didn't give it too much thought until I saw a video by Masako X about Ultra Instinct in which he briefly mentioned some things about Zeno and the Grand Priest that I've also been thinking about, and after I saw that video and realized that I wasn't the only one, I decided to make this video and explore these questions in greater detail. I will leave a link to Masako X's channel in the description, so feel free to check him out. And if you enjoyed the Dragon Ball Super content on this channel, be sure to leave a like, and if you're new, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Also, if you want to support this channel and get cool anime merch at the same time, like Keep Calm and Ultra Instinct, or Your Girl Calls Me Senpai, check out our merch store, link in the description. Now, the Grand Priest definitely appears to be manipulating the childish Zeno on multiple occasions. The Grand Priest is the one that tells us that Zeno wishes to erase those universes that are defeated in the Tournament of Power. And because Zeno does not seem to enjoy destroying for the sake of destroying, but merely sees everything as a game, this has led many to speculate that maybe the Grand Priest talked Zeno into erasing the losing universes. In episode 80, we learned that the angels will be spared even if their universe is destroyed, and we also know that the Grand Priest is the father of at least 6 of the angels. So it would make sense for the Grand Priest, who is clearly a highly intelligent being, to want his children to no longer serve as attendants of beings that he considers lesser than the angels. And so he may want the universes to be erased in order to release the angels of this obligation. And who knows, maybe after enough angels are free to help him, the Grand Priest will attempt to somehow overthrow Zeno. I think that this is a plausible theory, and it still might turn out to be true that the Grand Priest is manipulating Zeno because he is evil. If you believe this theory, by all means, I'm not knocking you, it makes sense. But let's think about this. What if the Grand Priest is indeed manipulating Zeno, but he's doing it for a good cause? Let me explain. We know that there are 12 universes before the Tournament of Power begins, but we also know that there were once 18 universes altogether, and the 6 other universes were erased by Zeno just because his mood was a little bit spoiled, as Whis tells us. Now, obviously we don't know what exactly happened there to spoil Zeno's mood, but you can imagine how insanely dangerous it is to have a being who, on a whim, just because he is in a bad mood, decides to erase 6 entire universes. We have been given many clues throughout the series that Zeno functions on a separate plane of existence from regular mortals, so he simply does not understand or relate to the suffering of mortals. His personality seems so naive and childish that he probably doesn't even understand the concept of death, and to him, entire planets are like toys. In episode 77, when the 2 Zenos are destroying planets as part of their game, they don't actually see the brutal consequences of what is happening, but merely projections of the planets as if they were marbles. So it is safe to assume that Zeno isn't actually evil or sadistic, but simply doesn't fully understand the consequences of his actions. And this is because he is so far removed from these consequences. Now, what if the destruction of the other 6 universes as a result of Zeno's bad mood led the Grand Priest to realize that something has to change? Otherwise, Zeno may destroy all of existence because of some silly mood swing. We're not sure, but it is possible that the angels of the other 6 universes were also erased because we haven't seen them yet. And if this really happened, it would certainly give the Grand Priest a reason to be upset. Before the start of the Tournament of Power, many accused Goku of being responsible for the losing universes being erased because he played a key role in ensuring that the tournament happens. But in episode 85, Vados clearly states that the universes should in fact be grateful to Goku because without the tournament they would have been erased already. The tournament actually gave them a fair fighting chance. So what if the Grand Priest saw the Tournament of Power as an opportunity to teach the childish Zeno an important lesson? What if Zeno was really planning to destroy the other universes that are taking part in the tournament just like he decided to destroy the previous 6 universes that were erased? But instead, the Grand Priest convinced him to hold off until the tournament. One thing that I keep seeing throughout the Universe Survival arc is just how much Zeno is enjoying the tournament. This is what I keep thinking about over and over again. Zeno is absolutely loving all the epic battles, the interesting techniques, the cool items like the Potara, and just overall he looks like he is having the time of his life. Now think about this. Once the tournament ends and all but one universe are erased, that leaves only 5 universes in existence, including the 4 that are not competing. The other 9 universes are gone. At some point, it will dawn on the Zenos that the incredibly entertaining event that they had just witnessed, the Tournament of Power with 8 different universes going head to head, can never take place in the same way again because most of the participants are now gone. They no longer exist. Having seen how much the 2 Zenos absolutely love watching the tournament, can you really imagine that they are going to be okay with never witnessing another tournament like that again? Of course, in theory, there could be a tournament between the 5 remaining universes, but that would mean less fighters, less interesting techniques, less unique powers, and so on. This is the point at which the Grand Priest could make his move. What if the Grand Priest explains to the disappointed Zeno that the only way to witness such a grand tournament again is to bring back the universes that were erased? In return for bringing them back, Zeno could make a rule that every year or every few years or however often he wants, a tournament between all the universes has to take place. Kind of like a Universe Olympic Games. The losing universes wouldn't be erased so that they could keep competing in future tournaments, but the winning universe would get a huge prize that would motivate all of the universes to do their best to win. We know that Zeno is not above changing his mind. After all, he did agree to change the rule that the losing universes would be erased in the Tournament of Power if Bergamo had succeeded in defeating Goku. So I don't think that it's impossible for someone as intelligent as the Grand Priest to convince him to bring back the universes that were erased. Let's face it, from what we've seen so far, all the Grand Priest would have to do is convince Zeno that bringing back the universes would be a lot of fun, and he would definitely do it. And what a crazy twist that would be. Now, if this theory is correct, then the Grand Priest was actually a good guy all along. Having realized that Zeno was incapable of relating to mortals and couldn't see them as anything more than toys, and also realizing that Zeno could one day just erase all of existence if he got upset for some reason, the Grand Priest made sure that the Tournament of Power took place in order to teach Zeno that mortals have value. Zeno now knows that mortals are intelligent and capable of coming up with complex battle strategies. They have feelings and emotions, and most importantly, they can be very entertaining. One of Zeno's biggest problems is his own boredom, but now that he sees and knows the value of mortals, Zeno will likely want more mortals and more universes around to keep him entertained, not less. So Zeno might not only stop erasing the existing universes, but he might actually bring back the ones that were already erased, because he wants to see what kind of fighters, techniques, cool items, and so on they would have to contribute to future tournaments. So what do you guys think? Could the Grand Priest be a good guy? Was the Tournament of Power his way of teaching Zeno the value of mortals so that he would no longer erase entire universes on a whim? Or do you think that the Grand Priest is definitely evil and is going to become the villain in one of the upcoming arcs? Let me know down below. I just want to say that the support for Dragon Ball Super content on this channel has been growing. Thank you guys so much. If you enjoyed these videos, be sure to leave a like to let me know. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. If you want to give us ideas for future videos, the best way to do that is on Twitter. You can follow us at Anime Uproar. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Thanks to my good friend Kid Kai for helping out. And until next time, see ya, Space Cowboys.